Hey YouTubers, I've got a Clearwater 2200 Walkaround cuddy. Bought it back in 2009. It's been a great boat, except I've started to have gas fumes smelling in the boat all over the place. Definitely no fuel coming out of the back anywhere, no leaks. I've checked all the clamps, all the hoses, and so everything I've read online means it's either permeation through the fuel line or permeation through the gas tank, because it was built before 2011, which I understand there's nylon inserts in between those that made after that time. That stops the permeation from coming through the gas tank. So it's winter time and I'm gonna start ripping it apart, seeing what I can figure out and hopefully fix it. So taking it from here. All right guys, so as you can see I pulled out the fuel lines and the vent hose, plugged up the fuel fill and the vent intake there. So aired out the boat for about 3 days and I can still smell fumes all across the boat here, right from the front to the back. So it's definitely not the fuel line permeation. I checked the fuel lines, they didn't smell at all, so it's definitely the tank. So I'm gonna have to pull out the tank. The only way I can do that is to cut a hole in the deck here, and I'm searching for a new fuel tank right now as well, but today I'm gonna have to measure out the deck, cut a hole out, and take out the old fuel tank, and here we go. Okay, so far so good. I'm just cutting down the natural line and fairly straight. I can sand a little bit off, but so far so good in the one cut, and I have to do all the rest. It's coming up. I'll just stay along the natural curvature. This is the only one here I did draw a straight line across, where I'm gonna have to go cut it out. Okay, so that's what it looks like. The hole is cut out, and I have never seen this before, but it looks like they fiberglassed the tank in. No straps or tie downs, but fiberglassed it in. And you can see why I had some problems earlier getting the fuel lines out, as they were strapped down, and that was a long way from there to the hatch to access it and cut it off. So anyway, the hole is cut, and next job is to drain the fuel tank and cut out the fiberglass around the tank and then pull it out. Well, got the fiberglass piece out. This was in there, and like I said, fiberglassed in, not anymore. So that's that one. Like I say, now I just have to figure out how to get the tank out. This hole might not be big enough. I might have to cut it right along that strip line there, but we'll see. Okay, so as you can see, I've put the deck plate back down just to make sure it all fits, and I'll have to clean up the seams, of course. And I did a fair bit of work in behind that I didn't show you. So what I did was some channels. I did some little C channels for the water to go through out towards the back into a drain plug, and that'll attach to the other water hose line there. And I built the retainer for the fuel tank. So the next step is all these boards I need to take back out, fiberglass and resin, get them all glued, screwed, siliconed in, and then gel coat. But for now I need to do a lot of fiberglassing and resin. So here we go, next steps. Okay guys, missed a couple of weekends of setting this up for time lapse. As you can see, I put in the new fuel tank, hooked up all the lines, anchored the tank in. I still have to put in the last bracket in, which you'll see momentarily. I did a wood template, and this is actually man-made decking board, so that goes on top. And I basically just put everything in to make sure it was all even. Had to sand down a little bit just to make sure that the deck plate fit in. So I'm gonna set this back up, and everything's hooked up, ready to go. So got all the water lines, fuel lines, pickup line, and sending unit. Everything is all hooked up. So gonna take the next steps. The last plate piece is to put the deck plate back on. Got a piano hinge to install, and away we go.